So Andrew had asked a question earlier that I kind of skipped and starred here, but he wanted to know if they're trying to even fix the fees in Ethereum,
Mm,
and I think they are. I think they are trying to fix them, but they don't seem too incentivized to do so. I know at one point when it was proof of work, the miners had a lot of control over that, what to put in place as the fixes to help with the Gwei problem, and um, I know there are some things that they say they're going to work on, but remember whenever Hex launched and they increased the S load by like 2.3 or 2.8, whatever that number was, it made the online calculations that much harder, and it cost that much more Gwei to do. So it was almost like they, I don't want to say did it on purpose, um, but are they incentivized to do so? People that, I think it will be. I think the higher it gets in price, people just aren't going to be able to afford it anymore. Um, and I don't think they want to be just the rich man only's blockchain, because
yeah.
that's what it would almost have to be. So I think the goal would be to get them fixed. Now, I've heard a couple of people say all it is a unit change, a number change. You assign people X more dollars or X more ETH, um, all relative across the board, and it would fix the problem. And that's kind of what we're seeing now with PulseChain. I see things, if I ended a stake and it was, I don't know, 800 or 900 pulse to end a stake, while it was only 30 cents. Um, what happens when the price of it goes up? Does it stay at that same high rate? And I'm not technical enough as a coder or anything like that to know if there are things in place with the code that could lower it, and if it's really that easy. I don't know, Andrew. I would think they would want to take care of it, though. Again, as they get out of control and it becomes unusable, I think it's only good for PulseChain. So my recommendation would
Mhm.
be to, get some of that too if you haven't already.
Yeah, it's funny because it still is like when McDonald's was more successful and things like that, or some of these other products and other different lines of products and things. I mean, Ethereum is just kind of, regardless of if it's bad for you or it's too expensive or whatever, everybody knows it and everybody's going to use it. So that's kind of what Ethereum has been so far,
Yeah,
despite of all the competition with other L1s. But I mean, we're still, compared to other people getting into this market, we're extremely early. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I do think they will lower them overall. I don't know by how much or what they'll need to do it or when that will come. But I think as more people flow, they are going to have interest in wanting to, be a usable blockchain and to do it, have to do a transaction. I understand there's ones for way more than this, but even like a standard normal little trade in the bull market for like 15, $20, $30 or so. I mean, that is just untenable. That's
yeah.
absolutely ridiculous.
Well,
So
Vitalik himself said nothing should cost more than 5 cents to transact. Several years ago, that was his, like, he was bitching about Bitcoin, and said nothing should cost more than that to transact. And yes, Clifton, I have heard that sharding will change it, but when is that in their roadmap? How hard is it? Those things I don't know. I don't know how close they are to that. So
I don't know what Vitalik accidentally shitting in his pants is going to do for the blockchain, but I guess we'll see with the sharding. But yeah, we still. I mean, I guess we technically are still in the depths of ETH 2.0 because you remember, like, in September of last year, almost a year ago, that was the merge. But I mean, we've got the surge, the purge, the all these other words that rhyme with urge. So yeah. We'll see. I think they still have a lot of updates to do that take a really long time, and nobody notices because nobody really cares or thinks about it, I guess, too much. So
yep,
we'll see. Yeah,
we shall
long
see.
time coming though.